two pies. Back of the Packers, Winderlich. Quick handball to Hocking. Back to Lovett Murray. He goes short. It's a mark to Zaharakis. Zaharakis has kicked a goal. The Bombers are in front of the G.
It's time to strap in and get ready. The leaders in AFL Supercoach are incoming, helping you win your leagues and climb up the rankings. You're now listening to the Insight AFL Show with your hosts, Big Horse, Skiddy, and Herby.
Hello and welcome to the Inside AFL Show. I am your host, the Supercoach Big Horse, and joining me is my brother from another mother, my co-host for 2024, Skiddy. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. My voice might be a little bit stuffed. Had a wedding to go to last night, so I was a little bit on the old Denzel Frothingtons. So that was good. And I've already noticed Kiz is in there. Just been like, did I make my break even? Kizza, I smashed my break even last night, mate. Malibu and Coke is a dangerous type of drink. Woo-wee.
So what the viewers now, you've got a break even that's low this week. It's better jumping on you now before the price goes through the roof, and we can't afford to get in a shout with you, or we're going to be fucked.
That's pretty much well explained. Scorch says, how's the head today, mate? You can see how shit my head is, all right? But thank you very much for being here, brother.
In comparison to me, you're about a 12 out of 10, mate. So take that to the bank. Today, we're going to review all things Supercoach from round one. Hot players, cold players, players that have made their way into the medical room, and a few other cool things. But stick with us because we've got a bit to get through. First of all, if you haven't yet, do the triple bang. Like, subscribe, bell. Easy done. You'll get us every day of the week, and you'll get comprehensive analysis of all things AFL Supercoach. Or even better, jump into the Discord. This weekend alone, we've had in between 2,500 and 3,000 comments talking AFL Supercoach in our Discord. Not just from Skiddy and I, but from a wide range of people, as we can see in the comments here. If you're a like-minded person who loves talking sport, loves talking AFL, jump in the Discord. It's free. But if you want to upgrade to Inside Unlimited, it's a Zinger box with an extra Zinger burger on the side, upsized. And it's NRL, AFL, NBA, NBL, BBL, you name it. It's all in there. And you get all the insights from the professionals. Our $25, $50, and $100 cash leagues are shut, so you cannot join these anymore. Although our Inside Unlimited League, 913351, I repeat, 913351. When lockout's finished, you can join still, and you can, for free, join in. And if you get the top score this week, you will win a prize, thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze. As you can see here, this shirt, we're repping it hard tonight. How are you looking so far, projected-wise, mate?
Look at me. I'm just cracking 2,000. It's looking like this year. And I've got Lions, Fife, and Jackson all playing at the moment. So I think I was sitting around roughly 1,800. That is with Gibkiss on the damn field. So that really, really hurt. Nicky Martin having a stinker. The Zinger getting goddamn subbed. That hurt. Didn't like that one either. And then obviously the wet weather footy up in the Gold Coast really hampering Sexton this week, but that's all right. We make the moves. It's not a marathon. It's not a sprint, everyone. It's a race. It's a marathon. We go to the end game. So yeah, how about you, Mickey? How are you sitting at the moment?
Projecting 2,219 at the moment.
Here we go. Flex alert. Big horse coming through.
Yeah. If only I'd had seen a gym in the past 6 months, but so that's hopefully Jackson getting his 120, Young getting his 100, and Lyons getting his 60. And at the moment, he is shitting the bed worse than perhaps you this morning after a big night on the Denzel Frothingtons. But anyway, let's get into our first game. So,
Horsey, hang on a second, mate. Let's just hold our horses here for a second.
Okay.
We're going to go for the old Insight Squeeze of the Week. A big thank you to everyone that entered for it. So we had
over 32, was it?
32. Yep, that was official. We had about 15 come through last night. I told them all to get fucked because the games have already started. So they didn't make the cut. Our mate Skits that was in the chat, he guessed Jesse Hogan for 173. unreal guess. But unfortunately, Secho has guessed Jesse Hogan at 171. So he is closest to the pin. So Secho with 6 points off. Jesse Hogan getting it. He got the squeeze of the week. So unless someone goes big in the Lions Freo game, Secho, slide into mine or the Horses DMs. We'll get your address down. We'll send you out your prize.
If no one goes large in this Brisbane Lions Fremantle game.
Bigger than 165. And there was nearly someone had gone and he nearly pipped Hogan in the end.
What did he get? 158 in the end?
No, I think it was 162. So he was 3 points shy.
That's still a massive week, isn't it? And for those of you that are in the chat, we will get to your questions shortly. Acidoxian, make a petition to sack Beveridge.
Agreed.
I am going to make you the president of that fan club. We're going to sort something out shortly. Choke artist, not holding anything back, brother. Ended up picking up Bonner. I've made a couple of late changes, I guess, which I published in the Discord to everyone that's in there. And so far, they've come through pretty well. And for Kizza, unfortunately, it's not the furthest score away wins. So,
what a Kizza have?
Our Discord operations manager, like you've never seen.
Kizza had Toby Green at 148 and he could not kick the shit.
No. Well, if he had picked the other Green, he would have gone close. But anyway, our first game is going to be brought to you by the guys at The Standard Squeeze who are helping you drink responsibly and conveniently. You can go on the website, thestandardsqueeze.com, and use the code INSIGHT15 to get yourself 15% off everything in store. The first game, mate, Carlton Richmond. Give me some points on the Carlton Footy Club, please. Yeah, it was.
Wasn't it just? It was great to see. It was tied up until the end, and I know in the chat, Herby was getting stuck into pretty much every Carlton supporter that he could, just because he tipped the Tigs to bowl them. But in the end, Carlton hang on for a 86-81 victory over the Tigers. Paddy Cripps, 31 touches, 23 handballs, which is strange for Cripps, but that's what happens when Walsh isn't there. 7 tackles, 135 Supercoach points. The model of inconsistency in Supercoach, and we don't fall for that. We cannot stress that enough. He will probably have a 80 or so next week.
He had an 80 last week.
Yep.
135 this week, probably back to 80 next week. No, actually, they've got the bye. So don't even worry.
Do. You're right. Yep, you'll get a 0. Yeah. Nicky Newman, 24 touches, 7 tackles, 5 marks, 107 Supercoach points. I like the role, but Wiedering, I don't know if it hinders or if it helps, because he is kind of trying to get that run off half back. But I think Williams coming back kind of nullifies what he did more of last year with the big scores. So not worried about that. Kerno and Chera, 90 and 89. Not bad games, but, not for primo players. They need to be better than that. But a man that I want to talk about, Mickey Dell, that I did bring up previously, and everyone said, don't know, key forward, we'll see. But the ruck work from Harry Mackay and the ability to put him in the midfield, 13 touches, 6 marks, 3 goals, 113 Supercoach points. Now, if he was just purely full forward, it's a no-no, obviously. But
that's right.
Are we starting to have a look at Harry Mackay if he's starting to play this ruck midfield kind of role?
Yes. We have to. He's only, 380K?
So he's around the Fisher price, which is nice.
For those of you, some people are probably going to hate me for saying yes, but if you look at the role that he's got as a key forward, so he's playing a little bit higher up the ground. Yes, his goal kicking isn't great, but when he's running through the midfield and his follow-up works quite good. When the ball hits the ground, he's not like other ruckmen. He can actually lay a tackle, as shown by, I think he had 4 tackles or 5 tackles this game. But only 13 touches and still 113 Supercoach points. So if he's not kicking goals, he's involved in score involvements and scoring that way. You could almost go sideways from Fisher to Mackay.
Yeah,
you could give Fisher one more week, and if he shits the bed again, you could go straight to Mackay. They're similarly priced, and then you're going to make money out of Mackay because he'll have what do you get, 130 something last week, 113 this week. He's going to have a very low break even, so you're going to make coin either way.
It was very, very impressive to see. So I like that from Big H. Jackie Carroll. Oh my God! Thank God I put him in last minute, mate. That was a sidetrack from Weir to Carroll, and God, I was happy about that. 20 touches, 4 marks. He looks really, really good with ball in hand, which I wouldn't say from someone with last name Carroll. Shout out Damo. And then it's 74. So his break evens it's absolutely negatively driven, which is great for us. So definitely could be someone that you can still bring in. He's only 117 or is he 123?
He's 117, I think. I'll have to double check, but
I
check it.
Yeah.
I did some maths, and he's going to have a negative 123. He's going to have a negative 80 break even.
Oh, way. That's
although maths isn't my strong point, and we'll see this week what his negative or what his break even is going to be, but it is massive, and he's going to make you quick coin. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, they've got the bye this week, so you don't have to rush to get him in this week.
Yeah,
we could look next week. So, and quickly, Richmond, they were valiant in this game. Nankervis 137, 8 tackles helps. You can't touch him though due to his injury history and the fact that he's carrying a foot week to week. Vlastuin backed up his big first week with another 134 Supercoach points this week. Could be a genuine pod down there given his his contested work, his interceptability across halfback. Very similar to Tommy Stewart. Noah Bolter, 128. Scored really well and played well. Unfortunately, from what I saw, he's going to be Mr. Fix-It for them this year. So he's going to be that plug and play. If they need someone up forward, he'll go forward. If they need someone down back, he'll play bits and pieces through the ruck.
Yep.
I don't think this is going to help his Supercoach ability. So he's probably a fade still. Mm-hmm. Short only an 88, but not overly concerned by that. Bolton, 18 touches, 60 Supercoach points. We brought up in a pod when we're talking about forwards that in the last 3 years, he's only gone over 100 once in his first 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, he shit the bed with a couple of 60s to 70s to start the year. So his price is going to drop considerably before we look to bring him in. Yep. Rioli, and that's Daniel Rioli, 15 touches, 54 Supercoach points. Not relevant in the Supercoach world, unfortunately. And our boy Campbell, or my boy that I started on the bench, 13 touches, 31 Supercoach points. I think the role is there for him. He just had a stinker of the night. But I feel like his job security, given his defensive work, is quite good.
Yep, I agree there. I think the main takeaway from it was that his pressure was still good. And it's just like his kicking was, you could see it, he was shaky. Like, Thursday night, round 1, MCG, 89,000 fans or what it was. Of course, it's going to shake a 20-year-old. Like, that's all right. He'll be get better for under the belt. That's good. Bolter's the one that I wanted to talk about for the Tigs. I agree. I know some people were saying, hey, do we look at Bolter? But I thought he'd play a lot more back with Lynch back in the side, but he still went forward as well. And then he did go ruck sometimes, and then he went back. And you're like, what the hell? So this game kind of felt like, Richmond started getting on a tear wherever the hell Bolton was. So, yeah.
Easy as mate. So, next game, Sydney Collingwood. Sydney were far superior in this one, running out comprehensive winners. Isaac, bloody Heaney. I know Phil's probably still as hard as a rock without the bloody blue pill after watching Sydney play the other night, but Isaac, bloody Heaney, 136 Supercoach points to back up his 144. He's going to have a very low break even. Plenty of time in the midfield and up the ground, 29 touches, 7 marks, 4 tackles, 2 goals. You've got to look to get him in, don't you?
Yep, absolutely. And there was a certain man who's just popped into the chat that sits right next to us too that said there's no fucking way you touch Heaney. And I got sucked in and went to Fisher. So, sucks to be me. But that's all right. What did you think about Chad, though? Because the Sydney midfield is rolling right now.
I like the Chad. 27 touches, 4 marks, 4 tackles, 125 Supercoach points. Both him and Heaney have had ripper starts to the year. Goulden, he was better in this one, 109 Supercoach points off 30 touches. He will have a monstrous break even this week. Like I'm talking over 200. So let's look to get him in after the bye once he drops his 40 to 50K. James Jordan, 19 touches, 5 marks, 4 tackles. He looks good. 84 Supercoach points as well. Firmly locked in both of our forward lines. Am I right?
Yep, absolutely, mate. 100%. He's looked good down there too.
Grundy, he had an off night, 71 Supercoach points. Not helped by 6 frees against, but I'm not really this concerned. You?
No. What do we always say, Michael Dell? Do not panic until I give the signal, and I'm not giving the signal on Grundy yet. So
spot on.
No panicking.
So, and the last Sydney bloke I want to talk about before we move into you and the Magpies, mate. Matty Roberts, 15 touches, almost 70 or 69 Supercoach points. We love it when it's upside down, round the wrong way, and it's still the same score. 69. Bring it on. Makes us bulk cash, and we'll have a massive negative break even next week. Did some quick maths again, looking at minus 60, his break even being. So he's going to make us some really nice coin. Talk to me about some of the Collingwood players, mate.
Not much to really talk about in the Collingwood camp. That was a pretty piss poor performance, if I do say so. They looked just well overmanned by Swans. So, but Dacos and Maynard, they were just absolute standouts. Dacos 135. I know a lot of people would have looped him into captain, taking him as the vice captain score because that is a bloody good score.
Guilty. Yep.
Good one. I went Tom Green. So yeah, he got 135. I think that's a good score to loop. Though, like, that's pretty safe. It's, you're not always going to get it, better than that. Maynard 131. I thought he was really, really, really solid down back for the Pies. He looked like he was everywhere. And I feel like the only difference between him last week and him this week was last week, he had 12 touches at halftime. Then after that, he went to a full lockdown role on Toby Green and he only got like 4 touches for the rest of the game. But he was still scoring really, really well. So, I mean, there might be something in it. I want to see it next week as well. But Maynard could definitely be on a couple of people's radars, depending on the price. Everyone else for Collingwood, not really. I mean, DeGoey had a 96, but again, we know what you can get from DeGoey. It's a little bit Finn McRae had the debut, but he was the sub. He made his break even, which is nice for people. That's
28,
yep. For Finn McRae,
smack on 28, yeah.
Yep, and but unfortunately, the sub, which we told you guys, Finn McRae is the perfect person to sub in this team, and there we go. Lo and behold,
we see that we've got our co-host on Wednesday nights, Justin Herbert, in the chat, and he's watching the Freo game. Or for anyone that's watching, drop in some score updates. I'm particularly interested because when Brisbane kicked the first 4 goals, I chucked a sneaky $10 on Fremantle at $6.50 to win. So they're slow starters, but they always come back well.
It's 28-28.
Is it?
Yes, it is. And Sarong has 23 disposals with 6 minutes to go in the second.
Oh, wow. He's going to go for, as Herbie's got 150. Our next game, mate, Essendon versus Hawthorn. Flag Dons versus Hawthorn. Flag Dons.
Go on. Talk to him about him.
All right, so as much as I like Essendon, I'm not going to get too much into it because it was really scrappy, mate. 107-83, they ran away with it in the end. It was probably Perkins' best game at the club.
Yep.
12 tackles, 24 touches, 2 goals, 124 Supercoach points. Don't jump at that just yet. Given that Parrish will come back and play the role that he did. So while it's good to see Archie playing this role, it's not going to stick. Merritt, 31 touches, 8 marks, 127, really well. He played really well, sorry. McGrath, 131 Supercoach points, was most for Essendon. Setterfield, 119. He did this last year, played a couple of rippers. I traded him in and then shit the bed. And Dyson Heppel, all played well, but a huge risk moving forward. Now, for those of you with Nick Martin, 25 touches. Awesome. Only 63 Supercoach points. If you have him, I would hold him because the role is there. He hasn't necessarily won us over with his disposal efficiency to start with. But as we've seen right across round 1, it's not just him. There was a lot of players who are fumbling with the footy. It's been hot, just starting to get back into the field. Preseason's been a bit different this year. Round 0, practice matches. Sort of the AFL taking the piss with the way it's all been sorted, but it'll take him a couple of weeks to get going. But I anticipate that he will still be a top 8 back by season's end. Yep. So he will improve, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yep.
Talk to me.
Agree. Look, Horse, just quickly, it was the exact same thing that happened in the 2 Pracky games. He played like shit in the first one, and then the second one he came out and had 37 or something like that, and he kicked it at 77%. And we all just went, here we go. Now we're all on. Give him a little bit, let him work back into it. It was hot as buggery at the G yesterday, so
it was.
He'll get there.
Yeah. Talk to me about Massimo D'Ambrosio.
You got to be absolutely shitting me, don't you? I've had him in my team the whole damn time, and then I upgrade him to short, and he comes out and pulls this shit out of his ass. Unbelievable. He smoked him, mate. He looked fantastic with ball in hand. He was getting in the right positions. He was taking people on. He was getting the tackles in. 122 Supercoach points. Oh, my God. I mean, I think I might have to.
Yeah, I think I might have to as well.
Yeah, it's going to somehow be Gibkiss to Massimo would be the ideal.
Yeah. See a couple of blokes in the chat. They don't think Martin's top 8. Awesome. Well, feel free to take the piss out of me next week or the week after.
Maxi Holmes, Docs, get back on the Maxi Holmes train.
But you're right. Maxi Holmes did play the role better this week. He was really good.
He did. 100%. Warple Moore. Good to see Moore back after Glandular fever. That's fantastic. That's right. I thought he was going to miss a few weeks, so that's good. Yep. 112 and 104. Moore was really good, considering, obviously the glandular. But yeah, he worked hard. He was still getting in and under. So yeah, really, really confident to see how Moore keeps going with that. Bloody Weddle, my God, is he quick? My God, is he explosive.
How's that mark he took that one-handed grab over? Was it Langford?
Yeah, it just sat on him and then just stuck the old mid out. Just thank you very much. Oh, geez. Yeah. And his run is just incredible, mate.
He's going to be a player. Yep.
Impey started slow, but really pulled himself in. Ended up with a 93, and I'm pretty sure he was only on about 10 at quarter time. He played shit house.
He was shit house to start, yeah.
And how about the first half from Jackie Ginnivan, Mickildell? 71 at half time. He only ends up on 91, but my God, that was one of the best first halves I've seen a player play from the half forward flank. That was unreal.
Yeah. For those that haven't been privy to previous podcasts that we've done, I've spoken about how at Strathfield, say in 2019, I got to coach Jack Ginnivan and he won a twos flag with us as a 17-year-old prior to being drafted. And you could just see the talent there that he was going to do something special. And when he crossed from Collingwood to Hawthorn, he was always going to play a little bit better, I guess, because he'd have to be more onerous in his role. Like they're not like Collingwood, that it's a whole gang approach sort of thing. He's now playing up the ground, allowing him to be, I guess, a little bit more creative. And that 71 to start the half, Essendon just weren't paying him any attention or didn't credit his abilities in playmaking. So the fact that he only scored 20 after half time kind of shows that Essendon were like, yeah, we've got to lock in on this bloke. And there you go. Newcomb disappointing with 21 touches and 66 Supercoach points. And this bloke's going to make the cold room. Sicily, talk to me.
Oh, look, did we not say it? He needs a big black to play next to, and he scores better. I think it's 30 Supercoach points better or something like that when he played with Blank. Blank's gone for the year. He's got to deal with dumbass Frost, or no idea what I'm doing, Frosty. And Sicily has no idea what he's doing with him, and he only scores a 43. That is rough from your primo. So,
do you know what else?
What's that, Mickle?
He's been suspended for a week for kicking.
For kicking?
For kicking. It was released about half an hour ago that he's been suspended for a week, and also Mason Redmond has been suspended for a week.
What is that? He gave a little love tap to Jai, and free kick, fair enough. But that's not suspendable. Fuck off.
To be fair, Jai's got one of the thickest heads you'll see in the AFL, so he could have picked a better target, couldn't he?
Mate, there's no chance he's knocking out Jai Nuke. Like, come on.
Hang on. G Money's just dropped something really relevant in the chat. Anyone see the women's beach volleyball this afternoon on SBS? Top-notch athletes. I might have to go and play that one back, mate.
I didn't, but we're going to have to make a new subsection for the Discord to notify us when that is on.
Yeah. Thanks for letting us know 3 hours too late, G Money. Next game. GWS were too strong in the end for North Melbourne, 121-82. I'll talk about GWS and you can have your boys, mate.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Hogan, Jesse Hogan, as his mum. Little Jess, as his mum would call him. 18 touches, 8 marks, 6 goals, 165 Supercoach points. Unbelievable. Mr. Green, you were also sensational. Thomas, as his old man would call him. 152, 37 touches, 9 tackles. He is a very good player.
Oh, yeah.
Lockie Whitfield, back-to-back hundreds to start the year also, and at only 500K might be worth a look at. 118 in this game, 29 touches. He's been racking the pill up at will so far this season. Yep. One of the guys I started on field as a rookie in my forward line, Cadman, 72 Supercoach points, 8 touches, 2 goals. Looks to have a nice role there as a backup ruckman as well. Himmelberg, 59, Thomas, 45, and Weir were a little disappointing for owners, racking up 46 and 45 respectively. Now,
like that.
Talk to me about Hurry. She's got.
Look, what else can I say, mate? We had worries that Fisher or McKercher was going to come in there and take Sheezy's role, but what do I say? You don't take the ball out of LeBron James' hands. You just give the ball to the best player, the best option there, and that's Sheezy. 130. Thank you very much. It was easy as that. LDU also was awesome in the center. I thought him and Green were just going at each other in the contested disposals in the middle. That was fantastic to watch. The better part was that they were actually lining up against each other at certain points, and they were both just trying to grab the ball as quickly as possible and couldn't give a shit about the other player. It was great to watch. 6 tackles as well for LDU, which I think were all on Tom Green too. McKercher.
Hang on. I haven't seen this one before. I like it. Kangaju.
That's hilarious, but you will not disrespect the She's God like that. He probably would love it, actually, in fairness.
Yeah.
McKercher, 88 to start off with. That's beautiful, what we love to see. He looks really, really good. 8 marks, 22 touches. Had a couple of the kickouts too, which was nice, very nice. You got to get on him before the price rise in round 3.
Mm-hmm.
He did play some midfield time as well, which is very encouraging. Started half forward, bit of half back as well. But, at that price, that's absolutely fantastic. So you just don't know what you're going to get out of him. But what about someone that I've hated not hated, but someone that I was a bit down on, Mickey Dell? Tristan Serry. Very impressive. 107, a few tackles, a couple of marks. He played well against Briggs.
He was good. He was good.
Yeah. Didn't mind it. I'm still not bringing him in, but
no.
I'm watching it carefully because obviously I'm trying to get to Gawn and Gawn English combo. But that was really, really impressive to see. So I like that. Fisher. No signal. I have not given the signal. Let's not panic yet, but it's closer than others. 21 touches, 4 marks, 50 Supercoach points. It's like the Martin role. I feel less confident in Martin. I think you'd agree with me on that. But again, his kicking efficiency was shithouse. He was 33 in the third quarter. That's how shit he was. But still, we saw what he did in the Pracky game against St Kilda. It was hot as buggery. You're coming up against the Giants who have such good defense. And there was a lot of times where Fisher was just running and then just went, oh, shit, I have nowhere to kick it to. And then just kicked it to someone else.
If you've got him, you've almost got to go and find that 70K and go and get Heaney. Or if you're going to play it patient, then wait for Mackay. They're probably your best two, aren't they?
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm not looking at Flanders until after their bye.
Nah, hell no. No, even though I really hate the fact that I've been shut down by how good Flanders has been playing and that they've actually switched him up and put him in the mid.
You know what? We can't be right every time, mate, but he has been playing really well. That's a tight 4-man rotation they've got there.
100%. And it's like that the same bullshit that Hawthorn did. You play Hardwick in the forward line in all the practice matches, every single training that you're doing, you're playing him as a forward. What does he do? He walks straight into the back line against Essendon straight away and plays pretty much the whole time down back. You're like, how are you meant to read that?
Yeah. Fisher to Hulk Hogan. Don't mind it at all.
Mate, he's played North now. He's not getting any better shots. Oh, wait, he plays West Coast next week, doesn't he?
Next week, yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah, just go to bloody Hogan.
Yep. Geelong managed to hold off a gallant St Kilda outfit, 76-68, played in front of a record crowd down at GMHBA Stadium. Maxi Holmes looked awesome in that new role that he's got across halfback. 23 touches, 10 marks, 112 Supercoach points for him. And they were really looking for him every time out of D50. Tommy Stewart, good, 22 touches, 6 marks, 105 Supercoach points. Probably not what you want out of a 600+ K primo down back, but anytime they go over 100, you're happy with it. Jezza Cameron, you are a star. 120 Supercoach points, 2 goals, 3 with 21 touches and 7 marks, and some absolute bloody awesome play. And he kicked a really nice goal from the boundary as well. Dangerfield wound the clock back, 134, 25 touches, 6 tackles. Ollie Dempsey, 141K. Jeez, he looks nice up forward. 3 goals, 15 touches, scored 96 Supercoach points. He may be one that we look to get in a couple of weeks as well. And Manor, when he got on the ground, he did some nice things. Went at over 1 point per minute. So 29 Supercoach points. He only played, 27 minutes, I think it was. Clark, he struggled, but looked like he belonged. And you know what? 13 touches. He only got 13 Supercoach points. That's not going to happen every game. He's on my bench. I'm gonna hold him.
Yep.
You, mate?
Yep. No, I also have Clark. So yeah, no, I'll be holding him too. Absolutely.
A live update from Kizza. After -2 from Lions in the first quarter, he went and had a 36 points second quarter.
Attaboy.
Good boy. Good.
He also started. He also started in the middle of the game, and then copped a
5 bump.
Yeah, so 5 bump blood rule off in about 7 seconds. So that was a good start.
Yeah. Rowan Marshall, mate, he looked good, didn't he?
Ooh, yeah, Romo, that was fantastic. He definitely still has that potential for the number 1 ruck. 36 hitouts, 19 touches, and 127 Supercoach points. Let me just preface it as well. Geelong do not have a real ruckman. So Marshall did eat quite easily. The best teams for ruckmans to play is West Coast and Geelong. They are the 2 best for ruckman to play. They get scored on heavily by rucks. Jackie Steele just looks like he's super fit, ready to fire. 25 touches, 7 marks, 6 tackles, 119 Supercoach points from one of the best looking blokes in the AFL.
We have been on him all preseason, and people faded him, but we stuck true with him. And proofs right there. Didn't have the best game, but still pumped out a nice almost 120. So he'll be a keeper for us, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. I wish all of us kept him, but that's all right. My move ended up being right. No, that's all right. I swapped him in for LDU and Tom Green, so I'm pretty happy with what I did.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly right. Bonner.
Can we change his surname slightly and we'll call him Boner? Because I was as hard as a rock watching him.
Oh, that is a cock and a half right there. Goodness, mate. Looked unreal for the Saints. 24 kicks from 28 touches, 5 marks, 102 Supercoach points. It's what we wanted out of him, and it's what we got out of him. Let's just remember, Sinclair is not there. We need to see the role without Sinclair. He's literally playing Sinclair's role. I'm not saying he's a drop. I'm just saying we got to see the role that Bonner incorporates when Sinclair's there.
Yep. We may have some word that Sinclair's going straight into the midfield too, but we'll confirm that Wednesday night.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Herbie's main man, Nasiah Wangani Millera, pretty much the same as Bonner. Yeah, 101 Supercoach points. I thought, really nice. 25 touches. He started really slow too. He was piss poor early, and then he really came into the game hard and heavy late. So that was good.
How's the start?
Half, yeah, I was about to say Bonner and Nasiah Wangani Millera had 53 touches between them, and 45 of them were kicks. That is outrageous.
Ladies and gentlemen, if there's ever a point or a stat that proves that St Kilda are looking to get the ball in their hands to use the ball, that is it right there. They are running past. They are getting the ball. They are looking for them to use the ball flat out. So there's a bit of love in the chat for our boy Boner now, including that Boner went hard and fast up the middle and doesn't mind getting dirty either.
Jeez, Kizza, you've done a few too many equal signs on that bad boy.
I only need one of them.
Do they come in halves?
Magnus Sherlock, is Shorts roll gone? No. And we'll talk about that on Wednesday night because I went and had a look at a heat map, mate, and he was stuck in the back pocket for the majority of the game and then had to move forward due to injuries. And it was just something out of the box, mate. You'll be fine.
And he was also on the bench for about 15 minutes because the ball was on the other side of the ground, and that was just when all the injuries happened. So then he had to come on. So he missed most of the game compared to everyone else.
Yep. So Wilson as well, he looked good in his first game, didn't he?
Yep. Really, really like the look of Darcy Wilson, and his run is just absolutely unreal. So he's going to be one to make us a fair amount of coin.
Yeah. Gold Coast survive a last quarter surge by Adelaide to win 60-54. Now we we brought this guy up last week, and I'm ready to anoint him Sir Matthew Rowell, as we all know as Marrow. was insane. 29 touches, 10 tackles, 4 frees, four frees against, unfortunately. 155 Supercoach points. Wow. Get him in.
Mate, that's unreal.
You know who else is good? Took Miller.
Yep.
As Kizza puts in the chat, Barello. Yeah. Took Miller was just as good. 21 touches, 9 tackles, 137 points. Anderson, 35 touches. Flanders, 35 touches, 129 and 128 Supercoach points between them. I am holding off on Flanders until after their bye. Will Powell looks to have taken his game to another level as well. 118 Supercoach points from 21 touches and had the quick out duties with Sexton. Sextown had 17 touches with 7 marks. Just wasn't his day in the wet as it was raining sideways and blowy. 63 Supercoach points, but he'll come good. I'm holding, not panicking at all. You, my friend, brought up Connor Budarick last week. Defensive midfielder. Do not get him in at any cost. How did he go in this game?
7 touches and 17 Supercoach points. As we said, he is the defender from back, and he is allowing Sexton to be able to run off, and he is like, the guy behind. He's like, what do you say? He's like the he's like the Paul Heyman to Roman Reigns. He just cleans up the messes and sits behind him and looks pretty. So no for Budarick.
There is one soundbite that we're going to have to play for this guy.
Get that garbage out of here!
Oh, nice touch. But also too, let's just not fall into the trap, right? Matt Rowell had 29. Took Miller had 29. Flanders had 35 and Anderson had 35. When the fuck do you reckon that a midfield has ever gone for, what's that, 70, 99, 118. 118 disposals between them. That's outrageous, Mick. It's not going to happen every single week. Let's just remember that. Let's go to Adelaide.
Yep. Laird, this 30 touches.
This is pissing down as well. Let's preface as that. That was pissing down. Wet weather footy, baby.
124 Supercoach points for Laird. Good game in the wet. Matty Crouch, this game suited him because the ball was on the ground a lot. 33 touches, 6 tackles. He played this game like he does in the wet. Like he just picks up the slops, handball sideways, gets the occasional kick, doesn't do much more. 114 Supercoach points is probably about as high as he's going to go. Rankin, 19 touches, 6 tackles, 97 Supercoach points against his former side. Dawson had an absolute stinker, mate.
Yep. But, that's what he expects from the wet for Dawson. Dawson is a beautiful kick of the footy. Dawson is the behind the play one. Yes, please, can we just bring up G Money's comment of, who plays good in the wet? Boner.
Oh, no. I'm going to have to find a soundbite for that.
Also, too, Magnus, thank you very much, my man. Sarong on 25 touches at halftime.
Wow,
he is an absolute freak. This is outrageous.
Oh, wow. Thanks for the update. Dockers are up. They've kicked the last 7 goals of the game.
Unreal. And
Luke Ryan on 80, Caleb Sarong on 80, Young is on 45, Jackson 54, 552.
Beautiful. We love that from Fifey. Love that. And Sam Berry was good for a 221K mid, 80 Supercoach points. But again, reigning in and under kind of player, so it did help his game. Mickle, I think there's an ad read for you to do.
Yeah. Are you in the Supercoach World Cup, mate?
You know I am, mate, and my NRL team is arse.
Yeah, well, NRL, AFL, NBL, and BBL. You can now prove it all year round with Inside Fantasy Sports Supercoach World Cup, featuring all 4 Supercoach sports, as we just shown. NRL, AFL, NBL, and BBL. It's $10 to enter.
Whoa.
And if you don't enter before the season starts, like it has, the fee will go up. Your rankings will be calculated together, and the best performer over the 4 sports combined will take out the best Supercoach player in the world. There is no other comp like this. Join our Discord to find out more and register. Next game, mate. Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs. Gorney. Maxie.
What a game.
Maxwell.
The big fella. He's back at it. And as I did, I don't know if I said it in the Discord or if I said it in my group chat with my boys. I said, hey, we got to get on Gorney for disposals today because Gorney feasts against Tingles. 99 Supercoach points at half time. And it looks like that knee injury did not phase him one bit. It looks like he was healthy again. Apparently he was sick last week as well, Mickle, which would have been nice for the media to report, but whatever. Finished the game with 162. That's the second highest for the round so far. Dominant all around the ground. 26 disposals, 35 hitouts.
Yeah.
Honestly, mate, just gone.
He was awesome, wasn't he? Clary Oliver, ladies and gentlemen, wait for this guy's price to drop.
Yeah.
He is one of the most expensive players in Supercoach. He's going to drop 50 or 60K, and he's going to be prime for us come round 5, round 6. 35 touches, was it today, mate?
35 touches, and he had 32 at three-quarter time, and he put the Q in the rack in the fourth. It was unreal. 105 Supercoach points, I believe it was. And kicking was at 63%, but that's what you do expect. He's still working his way back in. He's missed a shitload of footy last year. So, it was a really good game from him. Track, oh, geez. He is so goddamn quick and explosive. And I reckon he doesn't show it as much as he wants, but 119 Supercoach, 29 disposals and a goal. It was just, stock standard from Track. But how about this one, Mickledell? Jackie Billings. My God, what a game. He was. Go on.
For the people that are watching, I would love to know what his percentages are of how much he is owned after he was the sub last week. Everyone surely would have jumped off him after that, carrying such a hefty price tag. But today, 118 Supercoach points, 23 touches, and 15 marks. That's insane.
Yep. He was the link, the link option between the midfield and the forward line. They just literally looked for Billings, and then he'd try and tit it into Fritsch or Keziah or Ben Brown down there.
Do you look to bring him in?
He will be on my watch list at the moment, but I'm not 100% on that one because the plays around that point are still Fife and Jordan. And I still have more
faith in them.
I still have more faith in them, but if I had a shitter like James Harms on my list, then I'd probably look to bring in Billings.
So there you go. He's owned by 5.5% of the community. Thank you, Global.
Yeah, righto. Just quickly, I'm going back up to Davey Morgan. He said, what do you guys think will be a good overall score this week? Mate, I'm around about 2,000-ish. Dell's looking about 2-2. So Mick's probably on the higher side of things.
Yeah, I reckon.
So, if you get around
2-1's pretty good.
Yep. If you get over 2,000, I reckon this week with some of the bullshit that we've had to go through, I think you'd be pretty happy with yourself, in fairness. And you still got room to move for the long haul. Remember, it is a marathon, not a sprint.
It is.
Lovely.
It is. Do not panic this week and join us Wednesday night where we'll go through our moves and several other bits and pieces. Caleb
Windsor. He looked really good.
Man, yeah.
Really good early. And then Goody decided to take him off early and sub him. And which I think, fair enough. The kid was putting in so much goddamn effort. It was, he one of his first games as well of AFL, so he's not really got the tank for it. So I think it's fair enough that he came off. But I was very, very impressed with 71 Supercoach points at three-quarter time. He got taken off. 71 Supercoach points in 3 quarters. So that was nice. Really good off foot. Some great tackles as well. And
that chase down tackle, that was awesome.
Wasn't it? Woo wee. And mate, he looked really good, and his effort was second to none there. So like that. Marty Hoare, good return game for Marty Hoare. 60 Supercoach points, 14 disposals, 6 marks, couple of intercepts. Looked nice down there. Tomlinson obviously dropped for him. So it's interesting because he is bottom dollar.
They I think they like G Money's coming out with some good ones tonight.
Wait, G, you've had some absolute rippers, mate. Couple going on there. That's great. Maybe down from Fisher to Fife or Billings. Don't mind. Do not mind at all.
Don't mind that at all. I think they like. Oh well, you saw how Melbourne were last week compared to this week, and I think Hoare gives them more flexibility. Hoare and flexibility. But nice. I think he can play on different levels. He can play on bigs. He can play on smalls. Tomlinson's just that one trick pony. So I think they'll stick with Hoare.
Yep. I think Hoare is like the back version of Fritsch that they have down forward. You know, he can play big, but he's fast enough to be able to play against smaller guys, but he's big enough to be able to go up against the smaller guys. So yeah, I like that. Mickle, talk to me about the Bont. I got robbed of the Brownlow last year, which is not a piss take. He generally did.
126 Supercoach points, 25 touches and a goal. Gawn had the upper hand against Tingles, and Bont still pulled out this score. He'll be better. He'll be much better than this. Timmy English beaten by Gawn in the ruck, but still did enough around the ground. 119 Supercoach points from 23 touches and could have been more if he didn't drop a few sitters and still kick 2 behinds. We're both pretty confident he's going to be number 1.
Yep.
Libba, 32 touches, 75% effective, but only 1 tackle, which is why he's only at 92 Supercoach points. It's not enough for a primo, but I'm not concerned. He'll be better.
No. Yep, I agree. He also like soft tagged Clary for a little bit as well, and Clary took the piss. So yeah,
Nick Caulfield looked okay down back for the Dogs. Played as a bigger defender and not a runner, but we know he can do that. 50 Supercoach points from 10 touches. He'll keep his place. Jimmy Harms shit the bed. 35 Supercoach points from 11 touches, 5 tackles at just over 50% efficiency. Needs to be better. Played mostly half forward flank, and no time in the middle.
Yep.
So, yeah, watch his space on him. Bukul Kamas, interesting at this price.
Okay.
Played well down back for the Dogs, 51 Supercoach points, and could be a nice downgrade option. Riley Sanders, what the fuck is Bevo doing?
That's honestly got me stuffed. You cannot sub off the zinger. Like, mate, come on. I know he had a couple of like little bits where he like looked a little bit iffy, but mate, he's going to be so much better for that. Kisner just said, imagine Hoare and Boner in the same side playing in the wet. Oh, you could also throw Cox in from Essendon. Oh my God. Hoare, Boner and Cox. Oh, wait.
Jesus. It sounds like a fun time. Lockie Bramble played really well. Played the Ed Richards well, didn't he? Off half back and 107 Supercoach points from 22 touches at 91%. Kicked a really nice goal. And is he on your radar?
Mate, he's watching that performance with Ed Richards in the side and Bailey Dale in the side. He literally was playing like their role and played it so well. And yeah, he's definitely on my radar at the price that he's at.
292K.
292, yeah. So and that's defender, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's just I reckon he's one of the ones that we can throw up. What's that?
Yep. Defender mid, dual position.
Yeah. Beautiful. So I reckon he could be one of those guys that we can, throw around the likes of like, Lions, D'Ambrosio, that kind of stuff that we can try and go in there. And I also just wanted to say Jason Johannisen with a 96 Supercoach points. So sucked in, Herbie, if you're still here, mate. That's all I've got to say about that.
Yeah.
Don't pick him.
I was wrong about him too, but there you go. Thanks for taking the rap, Herbie.
I'm pretty sure I got a bet with Herbie or something like that JJ wouldn't score over 80 or something like that this year. So I think I've won something.
Eagles did a few good things against Port Adelaide, but ultimately were outplayed, getting smacked in the end by plus 40. Ollie Wines. Toot. Had a good game. 94 Supercoach points from 23 touches. Looked good inside. But yeah, I guess for someone of that price, that's about what you're going to get each week. Zach Butters, 118 Supercoach points from 27 touches. Looked really quick and explosive with some beautiful kicks and positioning. Started in the mid and then moved to half forward early. Connor Rosey, 115 Supercoach points. This guy just looks so smooth, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, bloody oath he does, mate. Some of the plays that he makes is just absolutely unreal. I love the way that he moves with it. So,
yep.
Good first game captain as well.
Absolutely. Dan Houston, 114 Supercoach points from 18 touches at 83%. Didn't go in the middle at all, but still a nice score. JFH, your man, the ex-North Melbourne boy. The only reason why he played as well today is because he spent that time at North Melbourne, just FYI. He looks super dangerous up forward in the way when Danger does. 2 goals, 20 touches, 112 Supercoach points, but he's just as likely to get you 60 next week. So don't pin your hopes on this game. Ivan Saldo, best game of his career for sure. But if you want to bring him in, remember this was against Bailey Williams and Jamison, who are really no ones in the rucking world in the AFL. 126 Supercoach points, 28 hitouts, 2 goals. Super impressive, but no thanks for the consistency. Talk to me about Jeremy McGovern.
Jeremy McGovern, mate, great game. I mean, look, it's going to be down there a lot this year, but a few intercept marks, 19 disposals, took some of the kick-ins as well. Obviously, it's going to be down there a lot, 109 Supercoach. I'm still not touching him, but it's just one to watch there. Harley Reid, first game. Look, mate, he came out of the gate like a horse is going down the All-Star Mile, mate. That first 2 minutes, some of the most electrifying shit you'll ever see. I had messages from my mates being like, oh, imagine not tanking for this guy. This is just unbelievable. And I'm sitting there going, shit, I think McKercher and Dersma played fucking unbelievable too, but righto, whatever. Yeah, 6 quick disposals. Looked awesome. Finished with 16 disposals and 78 Supercoach points. Solid first outing, and he's going to be better for it. Stacked midfield, obviously, at Port Adelaide. Tim Kelly, I thought he was absolute shithouse. He finished with 16 disposals, and 4 of them came in one passage of play in the first quarter. So that means he had 12 for the rest of the game. Quite day. Not at the price, but, if he keeps dropping, then, eventually he's going to be able to be making up for it. Elliot Yeo, really good to see him get through the whole game unscathed. 96 Supercoach points. You want to know what's super impressive for me about that, Mick?
Go.
6 tackles. Did not give a shit about his body. Just went in and under. I'm pretty sure he had 8 contested disposals, 2 from his 20. So good to see that from Yeo. And now here's one that I am saying we got to keep our eyes on, Mickey Dell.
Okay.
Ugly looking bastard, but Jaden Hunt. I thought what he was able to accomplish out of that West Coast backline was really, really impressive. He was taking blokes on. He was running his distance. He was really pushing the pace for the Eagles. It looked like no one else was trying to do it, but Hunt really, really wanted to. He had 93 Supercoach points, 20 disposals, took the kick-ins as well, which we know is probably going to be really good for this West Coast backline, which is great to see that Witherden's not doing it anymore. He's obviously super inconsistent. I'm aware of that. But it doesn't look like he's having that wing role anymore. It's just purely that halfback running role. So it is just one to watch.
Beautiful.
I don't think he's that expensive, is he? I don't think he is.
No, I'll have a look, but I think he's like late 300s.
No, if he's late 300s, then I hate that.
Yeah, we'll do a quick Jaden check look for those of you playing at home. It is 426,000.
420. Oh, fuck that. All right, don't worry.
No, we're out.
Forget what I just said.
Next game, we've got Fremantle and Brisbane being played at the moment. Fremantle up by 3 goals. They've kicked the last 7 goals of the game. Caleb Strong, 89 Supercoach points already, 27 touches.
27?
Young, 49 Supercoach points off 17 touches. Luke Ryan's on 94 Supercoach points already. Nate Fife on 61. Luke Jackson, 63. I'm just looking for those that are relevant. Josh Dunkley's on 57. Hugh McCluggage, 56. Harris Andrews, for those of you that went left field and picked him, he's on 66 so far. And where is this bloke? 30. Jared Lyon's still on the bench with 34. My big thing with Brisbane now is now that Neil is out for the week, there was a hamstring awareness for Lockie Neal, for those of you wondering what was going on with Lockie Neal. So my big thing with Brisbane before we move into our hot guys, mate, is they've lost all their run and carry from defence. They are relying on Conor McGregor's brother, Conor McKenna.
No, they're actually not. You want to know who they're actually relying on?
Darcy Wilmot too.
Yep.
And
it's going a lot through him.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Darcy Wilmot is winning. Yeah, so Darcy Wilmot, he's had 10 touches, 44 Supercoach points. He's running at 90% efficiency, but for a running halfback that you want the ball to be in the hands of, you've got to be using it a lot more than that. And it looks as though Luke Ryan's doing some good things. He's already on 103 Supercoach points. So some big points for the Freo guys.
I think he got 21 disposals. Not a bad shout.
He's doing
Shockmaster, thank you very much, good sir. That is right. No one has brought that up yet. The Pies are 0-2. So let's
wait for Wednesday night where we've got a special from the horse's mouth. We've got some nice stats about the Pies and the Tigers. So
good.
You know what it's time for, mate? Our next segment, we'll give this guy a shout out because he's a good lad. Our next segment's brought to you by Ryan from Astute Newstead. And as you can see, one of the worst mustaches in the history of mankind. Are you wanting to buy your first home or even investment property and don't know how? Are you a current owner with an interest rate above 6.2%? He can guarantee that they are better options for you. And the best part is he will do it for free. Reach out, Ryan H at eganwealth.com, on Facebook and Instagram at Hammond SHL_astute. Or 0431766784. Time to get into some hot guys.
This is why I'm hot.
So really have watched out. What's that? Sorry.
should really have Ryan sponsor the cold guys, not the hot guys.
Yeah, really shouldn't we? Our hot guys, for those who haven't watched before, do is we pick out a couple of hot players from each game and people that, if you don't have them, you should look to get them into your side. Isaac Heaney, bloody hell, 136 Supercoach points. Bloody awesome. Chad Warner was good again, 27 touches, 125 Supercoach points. Massimo D'Ambrosio, 29 touches, 122 Supercoach points. And if you don't have him, you've got to get him in. And I apologise to everyone for the gunshot that may have scared the fuck out of him.
Hey,
my bad.
That is 4 times that Asa has told you about that fucking gunshot. And you've still done
it. Next time, Asa, I promise I'll warn you in advance. Archie Perkins, 12 tackles, 24 touches, 2 goals, 124 Supercoach points. Watch this space though, because Darcy Parish will be back. For Jimmy Mancuso, sorry, he's in the chat. Just quickly, mate, Sam Flanders or Rankin. If I had to choose right now, mate, I'm probably going Sam Flanders, but he does have the extra bye. Nank Hervis, 137 Supercoach points, 8 tackles help. Vlostruan backed up his big first week with 134 this week as well. Jesse Hogan, 18 touches, 8 marks, 6 goals, 165 Supercoach points. Tommy Green, 37 touches, 9 tackles, 152 Supercoach points. Lockie Whitfield, 118 this game. And Matthew Rao, 29 touches, 10 tackles, 4 frees, 4, 155 Supercoach points. But we know we can probably just say Gold Coast midfield was bloody awesome.
Yeah.
And I'll let you take over from the She's God, mate.
Oh, mate. Jeez, stop giving me the She's God, mate. I'm going to get so excited. Yeah, so we got Sheezy as well. So obviously another great game. Yeah, as you said, just include the whole thing. So LDU as well, 121 with 6 tackles, 29 touches, played a great game. Rory Laird, 30 touches, 10 tackles, 124. We might put all this into the Discord as well, Mick, who all of our hot guys asked, just so everyone can see it as well. Maxi Holmes, absolutely. Mate, if he gets that DPP for defender, thank you very much. Roa Marshall, yep, absolutely with that, but also too, let's just remember, it's against Geelong, one of the 2 teams that we love Rucks playing against. Jackie Steele, because of his good looks, obviously, and because he had 25 touches and 7 marks, 6 tackles and 119 Supercoach points. And one of our boys, the big boner, Riley Bonner, looks fantastic. 24 kicks, 28 touches, 5 marks. Like that, Mickledale. What do you think about our cold guys?
Well, let's get to it.
Do you reckon anyone else over the weekend got more shit in the Discord called about them than this first bloke did on Friday night? My God.
Disclaimer. This guy was fucking shit.
If I asked
Johnson
Asa or Kizza in the chat right now who they thought we were talking about, would have been Ash Johnson immediately.
Oh, he absolutely takes out our scrub of the week, doesn't he?
Oh,
14 Supercoach points, dropping chest marks, dropping easy marks, not being able to do much with the pill, burning his teammates. He was just flat out bad, and he's probably going to end up in the VFL next week.
Yeah.
Shy Bolton, 18 touches, 60 Supercoach points. As mentioned many times on this pod, he always starts slow, but I didn't think he'd be this slow. Rioli, 15 touches, 54 Supercoach points, not relevant for Supercoach purposes. Campbell, 13 touches, 31 Supercoach points. Yes, this was a bad game, but I see the role is there. Newcomb, disappointing, 21 touches, 66 Supercoach points. Sicily, even more disappointing, 11 touches, 43 Supercoach points. And to make things worse, he's missing next week. Martin, he's a cold guy just purely from a disposal efficiency point of view. Please, if you have him, hold him. The role is there, 63 Supercoach points. Nick Watson, who we've both brought up in the past as someone you need to fade. His size, especially, yes, he's a high draft pick, but he needs time in the system to learn how to use his body well. Clearly, he has not learnt to do that yet. 25 Supercoach points, 5 touches.
That was a lot of questions I had gotten this week. Hey, do I bring in Nick Watson? I'm like, no, he literally plays like as a deep small forward. No, it's think Cody Waitman. Would you bring Cody Waitman into your team? No. Then you're not bringing in Nick Watson. All right? No, stop it.
Regrets in
what do we got
life.
there?
Skiddy. Trading out Tookie the squirrel gripper for Jai. Nook my team. This last. Oh, fuck. Jonas, I'm sorry for you, mate.
It's all right, mate. Nuke can bounce back. It's all right. And the Gold Coast Suns midfield aren't going to have 118 disposals between them each week. Clark from Geelong struggled in the SC scoring, but looked like he belonged out there, which is fantastic to see. 13 touches. Did have centre bounce attendances as well, so we can see where that can come back up. Liam Henry, only 19 touches for 48 Supercoach points. Really, really fumbly and rushed. Fun fact, Liam Henry has gotten over 15 disposals in all of his last 12 games, just if anyone wants to put that in for next week. Connor Baduric, shithouse, as I said, defensive shithouse for Supercoach, good for what the Suns are trying to build. Defensive back lock kind of role, so no. Fisher was shithouse, 21 disposals, 4 marks, but only 50 Supercoach points. As we said, it was disposal efficiency. The role is still there. We can look to still keep him. Don't rush too much. Charles Lazaro, only 13 touches for 42 Supercoach points, was disappointing, but the bigger body midfielders of the Giants was not one that you can run Lazaro out there against.
Nope.
Himmelberg, 59, disappointing for owners, but, still the role is there, as obviously against North, and they won by 40 points. So that's all right. Briggs, this is one that I'm a little bit worried about. 57, and he was meant to be like one of the better ones, and he got killed by Tristan Xerri. So that's worrying for Briggs. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, don't like it. Don't like it at all. I think he was better in the centre clearances, but around the ground, actually killed him.
Yeah, didn't he just? So, and then
and
your
the last
boy,
one,
unfortunately, your boy, James Harms, just, mate, not enough midfield time for me or any kind of Supercoach friendly role for him. The 5 tackles are nice, but 11 disposals, 50% accuracy. Hated that. Half forward flank. Yeah. Look, unless Libba goes down, and especially Libba goes down, and then also probably McRae, because McRae would probably come in if Libba went down. That's when we start looking at Harms. It was it was a nice crack at the price for the player that he was, but not in this Bulldog side.
No. James Harmless is a dud. Yeah, you're probably right. And Dempsey is a shout if we wait 1 week. You and I think very much alike, Magnus.
No, good kisses as well. He's talking about Ash Johnson, who'll be playing in the Rezzies with Livingston from West Coast.
In the seconds Rezzies.
Oh,
looks like he's going back to the Ammos.
Yeah.
You know what's next?
No, enlighten me.
We're looking at some injuries. Unfortunately, first game of the year, or round 1, game 1, ACL. Josh Kipkis was looking good. You hate to see it. Best of luck to him and his recovery. Dion Prestia has done more hamstrings than what I've had hot dinners. It is unbelievable.
You know what's funny? He's done more hamstrings than you've had KFC. And that's saying something. That's a lot of hammies.
I love KFC. Actually, we were on the phone only 2 days ago when I was driving through the bloody drive-through, wasn't I?
Let me give an insight into Mickey Horse over here, right? He'll call me most days and we'll start talking about the pod or Supercoach or whatever we just want to talk about. The rat bastard will just he knows it's 2 o'clock or something like that. He'll just be like, I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm just going through the KFC drive-through. And he knows that's going to make me want to go get KFC. And he knows I'm on the road. And he knows
Guilty.
I have to go get it.
Guilty. You're spot on. Tyler Young was subbed off with concussion also, so he'll miss 12 days. Zach Reid from Essendon was subbed off due to hamstring awareness. You'll probably see him miss a week, I reckon, but Zardes came on and looked good when he did come on, so I reckon he's out for the week. This next one's got to hurt, mate.
Oh, that sucks. I really, really like his game. I like his potential. I really liked his role. Joshy Goda for North has done his Achilles in the last 5 minutes of the game. That absolutely sucks for a kid that was really starting to break in and break through. I hate to say that one. Liam Stocker. Is this when he copped the needed the back from Danger, and Danger got the free kick.
That's right. Yep.
Unreal. I know it's tripping, but come on, Jesus Christ. So he'll hopefully be good to go next week, but it's a wait and see as it is a back. Luke Pedlar had his nose redesigned across from the other side of his face. Hopefully not too much after a bit of facial reconstruction.
His nose was like over here.
Yeah, fucked, wasn't it? It was nearly touching his eye.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crooked. Yeah.
Oh, poor bastard. Thank God he doesn't have what's that bloke with the really big nose? His name? I can't remember now. Shit. Oh, well,
if you're in the chat, let us know. Yeah.
Yep. I can't remember who I'm thinking of. Jordan Butts was helped from the field with a foot injury as well. I haven't got any time frames for that yet, but we will get it out when we can.
Yeah. A nice new little episode that we're going to bring in nice and early for the people watching is we're going to come up with our trade targets for this week.
Targets acquired.
Early on, Skiddy, with the players that have played, the hot guys that we've gone through, and your team, who are the two just off the top of your head that you're looking to get in?
It depends how I really want to do it. I'm just going to suss on it, but I think D'Ambrosio is definitely one that I am looking at of getting in. I like his role there in Hawthorn. And there was someone else, and it was in my forward line. I can't remember who it was. Oh, Harry Mackay is genuinely someone that I'm very, very interested in looking at with the extra ruck role that he's providing, which is also upping up his tackles, a couple of contested disposals. So I'm definitely looking at Mackay after his bye this week.
For sure.
How about yourself?
For me, it is Massimo D'Ambrosio. It'll probably, I've got 245,000 still in the bank. So I'm carrying a fair bit of coin. So my moves next week, very early on, but we'll go through them on Wednesday night on our live. It will be Gibcus up to Massimo D'Ambrosio. And I reckon Jared Lyons, depending on how he goes for the rest of this game, I reckon I might go him up to Maxi Holmes. It's about a 180K jump between the two, and I'll just have enough.
Righto. So also just keeping people updated on this game. Lyons is on 38, I believe, if my shit is
43 now.
43. So he's just gotten a tackle. Good boy. Darcy Wilmot's on 57 now, Horse. Huey McCluggage, 64. Danaher and Dunkley and Andrews is looking nice. Luke Ryan on 111. Oh, shit. Hey, Sacho, you might be in trouble for the high score, mate. This is dangerous. Caleb Sarong has 29 and 108 Supercoach. Fifey. Mickle.
He looks good,
76 for the Fiffy. Love that. Jackson on 74, so that's good to see as well. Sharp's on 37 off 12 disposals. He must be kicking like shit. So, yeah, I'm going to go watch the rest of this game now, Horse, so I can keep seeing how this plays out. But Docker's in front.
They've kicked 8 of the last 9 goals, so they are now 21 points up with roughly 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. And Hayden Young, he's sort of just gone a bit
50.
quiet at the moment. 51, off 19 touches. Jonas Goat, do you think Sam Philanderer, remember Peter Philanderer? He was the one that used to grab the blokes on the nuts.
Yeah, I do.
Will he be F1 this year? Probably not, mate. I think he'll be top 5, but I don't think he'll be F1.
How many people do you reckon are going to ask us, hey, do we bring in Luke Ryan after seeing this game? Actually, if you can get Short to Ryan, I still have faith in Short.
50K.
Yeah, I still have faith in Short, but fuck. This is very encouraging from Ryan.
If you've got the extra 80 to 100K, as we've recommended previously, just have a bit of bank, you could go Hayden Young to Luke Ryan.
That's not bad too. Yeah, he's just so solid down there, mate. And it's like also too because Pierce doesn't do shit. Pierce plays log and just lets Ryan do his thing. So it's a good situation to be. But that's that.
That's us done, mate. So again, we'll be live again Wednesday night this week. Wednesday night, 7:30, where we will go through. We'll have our names, our current rank overall. We'll bring up our teams, our moves. We'll go through potential moves for each team and just overall AFL Supercoach and what we're doing in the week ahead. If you aren't already, like, subscribe, the bell, triple bang that shit. And also jump in our Discord. It is free to join our Discord. There are plenty of like-minded people who love their AFL in there. Plenty of quality blokes who they know their shit, don't they?
Oh, bloody oath they do. And more importantly, they're great blokes. We get some laughs going on and we can all take the piss together. It's fantastic. So it's good.
Absolutely.
If you go for the Swans, I would highly recommend it because Phil is super biased for the Swans and just loves everything about it. So it's good to get a chat with him about it. And
Essendon play the Swans next week. So if you want to hear me, give it to Phil. Jump in.
Kizza and Horse versus Phil. This is a fight for the ages. I like this.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, Corey Wanderers got stretched off for Freo. That's shit to hear. Knocked out.
Knocked out.
Damn.
Uh-oh. Yeah, right. Which means who's coming on? It'll be Neil Erasmus. He could, I think he's
have
more
they
of
already
a forward.
activated? Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
No, it doesn't look like they have. So they will now.
Nah, Brisbane have done theirs because
Brisbane have done theirs. Kyle Lohman on, Darcy Gardner off.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll do us for tonight. Again, thank you for joining us. And you'll see Skiddy and I and Herbie on Wednesday night, 7:30 sharp, as we hear that it was the dog Zorko that got him. We'll have to see the replays before we can comment on that. But for tonight, on the horse, this is Skiddy, and this has been another episode of the Inside AFL Podcast Network. See ya.